Hello and welcome back to Win or Bin, the place where we look at games and decide whether they deserve a place on your hard drive or whether they should be gently lowered into the nearest digital wheelie bin. Today we're looking at Syberia, the world before. Now, this one isn't brand new, it came out in 2022, but with some of the original Syberia games from the noughties being remastered, I thought it was a good excuse to go back and look at the latest main entry in the series. And I'll say this straight away, I really wanted to like this more than I did. Because there is absolutely a good game in here. It has atmosphere, charm, heart, and some genuinely lovely scenery. But unfortunately, it also has the pacing of a pensioner trying to reverse park outside a garden centre on a bank holiday. Syberia the World Before is a point-and-click adventure game, and the fourth main entry in the Syberia series. Once again, we follow Kate Walker, the American lawyer turned professional wanderer of strange European mysteries. This time the story is split between Kate in the present day and Dana Rose, a young pianist living in the fictional city of Wagen in the late 1930s. The game has a semi-fictional World War II backdrop with a fascist movement called the Brown Shadow, and this gives the story a much heavier tone than you might expect. And honestly, the story is probably the best reason to play it. The mystery connecting Kate and Dana is interesting, and the game does a good job of building emotional weight across the two timelines. There are some genuinely touching moments here, and you can tell the developers cared about the world and characters. Visually, it's also lovely. Wagen is full of grand buildings, old streets, cosy interiors, alpine views, and that slightly magical clockwork charm that Syberia is known for. There are times where you just want to stop and look around. The environments are easily one of the strongest parts of the game. The background artists deserve a biscuit, possibly even two, maybe even a decent chocolate hobnob if the budget allows. That said, the character models aren't always as strong. From a distance they're fine, but close up the hair can look a bit odd. Sometimes it looks less like hair, but more like detachable Playmobil accessory. Not awful, but noticeable. The voice acting is mostly good where it matters. Kate Walker is superb, and Dana carries a lot of the emotional side of the game really well. The main performances help sell the story. The supporting cast, though, are a bit more hit and miss. Some are fine, others sound like they've wandered in from a completely different production. And with the Alpine Swiss-German sort of setting, some of the accents are a bit muddled. Occasionally it feels less like Central Europe and more like someone in a village hall production saying, yes, I can do foreign. The UI is fine overall, but it can be a bit fiddly. Sometimes you click on something and the game doesn't quite react how you expect, or apparently 1 pixel off, so Kate just stands there looking mildly confused, like she's forgotten why she walked into the kitchen. And that brings me to the main issue, the gameplay. For a point-and-click adventure, the world before often feels scared of letting you do much actual adventuring. The puzzles are not especially challenging. A lot of the time you're not really solving anything, you're just following instructions. Click this, inspect that, move this, turn that, watch a cutscene. Some tasks are almost comically mundane. There are moments where you're clicking multiple times to do something like run a sink full of water, and you start wondering whether you're playing an adventure game or helping someone get the washing up started after Sunday dinner. I don't mind slow games and I don't mind quiet games, but there's a difference between atmosphere and admin. The older Syberia games felt more like complete adventure packages. They had story, yes, but they also had more exploration, more puzzling, more strange mechanisms, and more of the classic point-and-click texture. This game looks more modern and polished, but it also feels emptier. The biggest problem is the amount of cutscenes. There are far too many. At times it feels more interested in being watched than played. You walk a few steps, cutscene. Click an object, cutscene. Have a short conversation, cutscene. Think about maybe doing something interesting? Don't worry, here's another cutscene. And that's frustrating because the story is good, the setting is good, the atmosphere is good, but the game keeps taking control away from you. So where does that leave us? Syberia the World Before is not a bad game. It has heart, strong main voice performances, a compelling story and some beautiful scenery, but as a game it falls short. The puzzles are too weak, the pacing is too slow, the cutscenes are too frequent, and compared with its predecessors it just doesn't feel like the complete package. I wanted this to be a win, I really did, but despite everything it does well, I can't give it the positive verdict. So for me, Syberia World Before is going in the bin. Not angrily, more gently paced in there with a sad little nod, while I say you had something, mate, you really did. Have you played Syberia the World Before, and did it work better for you than it did for me maybe? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.